Hi guys, Casper7001 here, and today we are back from a UFC predictions video on the channel, and today I'll be giving my predictions and breakdown for UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Royval 2. Now, for last week's picks, we didn't do too bad. Volkanovski versus Topuria, I did get the main event wrong. I was sad, I was very sad that Volk lost, but you know, we always knew Topuria could catch him, and he did in fact do that, so tough luck. But this weekend, it looks like we actually have quite a nice fight night, to be fair. I was looking through the card here, and it looks quite a good card, to be fair. I am looking forward to this one. I probably won't be staying up to watch it. It is on till like 7 AM UK time, which is way too long, and I've got to go up for Sunday. So I will watch this card, but I don't think I'll be staying up that long. So we have a total of 13 fights on the card, and we jump in to the first prelim of the night. Mohamed Naimov versus Eric Silva. And I'm going to go with Naimov here. Naimov. No idea how you say it. 10-2. I think he's just a pretty decent fighter, to be fair, in his division. What is it, like flyweight or something? Not sure. There seems to be not many like heavyweight fights. Like there seems to be a lot of small guys on this card. I was looking, but he has some nice wins. His last one, Nathaniel Woods, he beat Jamie Malaki as well. So I just feel like he is better than Eric Silva, who is 9-2. So similar records, but he lost his first fight in the UFC to TJ Brown, and I don't think he's as good as Naimov is. So, I'll quickly move on to Victor Altamirano versus Felipe dos Santos. Now, I think this is an easy pick here for me, just because of how well Felipe dos Santos did in his debut against Manuel Cap. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, if you watch that fight, he lost to the decision. Like it was, I think, yeah, Cap did pretty win convincingly, but he looked very good in that fight. Foreign, like I've said, it was his first UFC fight. Yes, it was. That was his first UFC fight, and he's definitely got room to improve. I've got to say, he's only 23, and I just think he's going to do better than Altamirano in this fight. I think he might even find a finish this time. So now on to the next prelim of the night: Luis Rodriguez versus Dennis Bondar. I think I'm inclined to pick Rodriguez here. 15-2, decent record. He has on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight winning streak. I think he might be able to bring this into the UFC here, because I don't think Bondar is that good, if we're being real. Like, he's lost his last 2 fights to Malcolm Gon and Carlos Hernandez. So I just feel like Rodriguez can come into the UFC, keep the winning streak going, and get the win here. So moving on to Claudio Puellas versus Fares Ziam. And I think I'm gonna go with Puellas. Even though he did just lose to Dan Hooker by a KO. I think he is. That is his only loss in his last like 5 fights or something like that. And he has some nice wins in there as well, like Clay Guida, John Leavitt, who are pretty decent fighters. So he's got a decent record, I think. And Fares Ziam, I don't think we've seen much of him. Like he's had 2 wins in the UFC. He lost his first. Wait, he lost to Terence McKinney. So I mean, I don't know. He's got a win off Jamie Malaki as well. Who is it? Is it Naimov? But I mean, Jamie Malaki isn't that good, if we're being real. And I just feel like Puellas. I feel like he'll just get the job done, if I'm being honest. So moving on. This fight again. Edgar Chairez versus Daniel Lacerda. Now we saw the last one, and Lacerda, he shouldn't be in the UFC, man. He is not UFC level. He lost his last 4. He's lost his last 5 really, because he lost the last one to submission, but like somehow faked getting submitted somehow, and the ref stopped it. I have no idea, but I'm gonna pick Chairez again. He's just gonna do the same thing. If he doesn't submit him, he'll probably knock him out or win by decision. Chairez is gonna win this one. Let's be real. And we move on. Jesus Aguilar versus Mateus Mendonca. I'm going to butcher so many names on this card. I just know it. They're all like Mexican and Brazilian, and that it's not going to end well. But I'm going to go with Aguilar here. He's 9-2. I think he's quite a good prospect here coming in. I mean, he beat Shannon Ross. I mean, everyone beats Shannon Ross nowadays, and his only loss really is to Tatsuro Taira, but he is pretty good, so can't blame him for that one. And Mendonca, I just don't think he is that good. Like, he's lost his last 2 fights, well, his first 2 fights really in the UFC. So I mean, I just feel like He's not got the confidence coming into this fight, and Aguilar will get the job done. So, last prelim of the card, Christian Quinonez versus Raoni Barcelos. Now, I don't know about this one, because Barcelos he's only won one of his last 5 fights coming into this one. He got KO'd by Umar Nurmagomedov. He lost to Kyler Phillips by decision. It's not that great. Quinonez, on the other hand, he's had quite a few wins, but he did get submitted by Hokang, but it wasn't a KO loss. And he has quite a lot of KO wins on his record. So I think I'm going to go with Quinonez here. I feel like Barcelos lost too many fights coming into this, being KO'd. I just feel like Quinonez will win over him, probably decision or something. I'm not really sure. But we move on. We're up to the main card. Yasmin Jauregui. How do you say these names, man? Versus Sam Hughes. Now, I think we know who I'm going to pick here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Yasmin Jauregui. I know she did lose her last fight, but she was 9-0, and now she's 10-0. Now she's 10-1, I think now. Yeah, but she is like quite a good women's prospect, I've got to say. She has 7 wins by KO. If you're a women's fighter and you're KOing people, I'm probably going to pick you, because it doesn't happen often. And I just don't think Sam Hughes is at the level. 8-5. I feel like this is just a layup for Jauregui, and she's going to get the job done. Now, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Ricky Turcois. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Raul Rosas Jr. will win this one, I've got to say. I know he lost to Christian Rodriguez, but he came back. He bounced back with a KO win over Terence Mitchell. I have got faith in him. Probably he might get a submission again this time, or a KO. Who knows? He might have even matured a bit and he might get the decision win. Who knows? But I do think Raul Rosas Jr. will get this done. And now we move up. Daniel Zellhuber versus Francisco Prado. I think Daniel Zellhuber will win this one. I think he looks really good. I watched his last couple fights. He is pretty good. I mean, that win against Giagos was quite good. He got the submission win there. He's got a few KOs, decisions. He can do it all, really. I think Prado is quite a good fighter. I mean, it's not a bad underdog if you pick Prado, I can't lie. He just beat Azaita. He did lose to Jamie Malaki, though, which is, if it was his first fight in the UFC, to be fair. But I do just think Zellhuber is the better prospect, and I think he's going to win. And now, the co-main event, Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega. And as much as I don't think Brian Ortega is bad, I just feel like Yair Rodriguez has been more active recently. I mean, when was the last time Brian Ortega fought? 2022. And then I know Rodriguez did just lose to Volkanovski, but can you blame him? Volkanovski is the best in the division apart from Topuria, and he has some nice wins recently as well. He did beat Ortega. Well, technically it was a shoulder injury, but yeah. So I'm gonna pick Rodriguez here. I just feel like he's been more active. He's just gonna get the job done. Really, I've said that phrase so many times, but he is gonna get the job done here. And now we move on. The main event: Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. It's the battle of the Brandons here. I'm going to pick Moreno for this fight. I mean, he is a pretty good fighter. I think he's the better Brandon of the two. I mean, I think it will be a fun fight, to be fair. But in their respective fights against Pantoja, I feel like Moreno did better in the fight. Better in the fight he had against Pantoja than Royval did. So I feel like Moreno will get it done. Did Moreno beat him last time they fought? Because it's the second fight between them. I have no idea, but I just feel like Moreno is going to win this, and that's my picks. Now, I did realise I've completely forgot to put in my picks for Torres versus Duncan, so I'm just coming in to say I'm picking Torres. I just feel like Duncan is not as good as him. So, there we have it. That's my picks, guys, for UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Royval 2. Let me know if you guys agreed or disagreed with me down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you're not already, go and hit the subscribe button down below. I'm trying to get as many subs as possible. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, so every sub is much appreciated. And that is all for today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.